right, today's habit is how to be someone's helpmate or helper. And I want to start off with a verse. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. And so in this one, this is a slight shift in perspective that I wish I had done sooner. And I think it's something that you can just build into your habits. A lot of times we hear, or I certainly have heard, use your love languages. And I think there's a place for that. Those are super important because it's showing affection and love and how you receive it. But I feel there's another 4-letter word that we can add that feels a little more practical. It's more day-to-day, but it's just as important to get the language or the style right. And what is that? That's help. And people have different kinds of help that they give to others and that they expect from others. And, the kinds is probably going to be too extensive to kind of go through each of those, but I do have a link where I explore it in more detail. But for this one, it really is just thinking about how do you like to be helped? And thinking when somebody needs help, what's your natural instinct to help that person? And then exchange that. Because one form of help that somebody else gives may not be the kind of help the other person expects or needs. But helping is something that we do on a day-to-day basis. And there's definitely other components of help, such as how to ask for help, which we talk about is requesting one of your needs to be met, and dealing with what happens when you're not getting help the way you want it to be helped. We talk about that under addressing anger. But take a moment to reflect on how important helping one another can be. That passage talks about how lonely it is and almost impossible it is to really help oneself. How difficult that can be if one has fallen down and you need to get up, if one is cold and wants to warm themselves. And yet, so often, my own experience, and perhaps for many people, the way you expect help and deliver help might not match in the same way love is not matched. So have a conversation to talk about that. I explore that there are different expectations deep down of how we want to be helped, which relates to types of needs. We don't go into that much detail here, but just as a way, some people like to receive help like I do in the form of brainstorming, conversation, discussion. Some people want help as just do this task, get it done. I don't want to have to think about it. And you can see how those two conflict with each other. A brainstorming is not something that can just be done as a one-off task to get it. And so these will start to butt heads against each other. And then you can see that there's some other styles. Some people, the nature of their help is it's a deep emotional support. They want to know that they are being helped. And there's like a connection around it, a unity, a harmony. And then some people might have a sense of help that it's just a distraction, encouragement, a push forward. And some combination of those, but being very clear on those can really help. So for this habit, check with each other. What are your styles? And is there something outstanding right now we can ask for help? Okay, until the next one, enjoy and continue to develop your daily habits.